Hi, I'm Maria from Crochet A to Z and welcome to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please push that subscribe button. If you have subscribed, thank you. I want to thank everyone for being here and I want to say happy Friday to you all. I hope you're having a great Friday and a great weekend. So today I want to show you this really cool square. And it's called the Vintage Granny Square. Just when you think granny squares couldn't get any nicer, any cooler, any prettier, any different, this will show you another type of granny square. And I really love this. I wanted to do this tutorial in between my hearts tutorial for Valentine's. I just love this and I wanted to show it to you. So here it is. As always, I go slow in order for you to be able to follow me, to get some crochet yarn, to get your crochet needle, or if you want to just write it down, I go slow. So this is a beginners to advanced tutorial. It's for everyone. If you've never crocheted before, it's for you too. So let's get started. And what I want to show you is how to make this really, really pretty pattern. And I just want to mention, you can use whatever crochet you want to use as far as yarn you want to use. If you want to use a 3-weight yarn, you can, depending on what you want to make. If you want to make an afghan, if you want to make a shawl with this, if you want to make a scarf and piece them together, if you want to make a baby blanket and piece them together, this is great. I want to let you know, first of all, that this was done in a 3-weight yarn, and you could even make a nice runner with this, or even a nice tablecloth, or a nice bed cover with it if you wanted to cover this over something else. Like it's really beautiful. And I really love this pattern. It has a lacy look to it. Again, this is a 3-weight pattern, and this was done with Lion Brand Moroccan Nights yarn. This was done with also a Lion Brand. I don't even know if they make this anymore. They call this ZZ Twist. I love this yarn. I haven't been able to find it anymore in Joann's, and I know Michael's does not carry it. I'll have to look on Lion Brand's website actually, but this is a really pretty yarn as well. And again, it's called ZZ Twist. I have a few skeins of this, and this is really, it's called Sky Blue. It's really pretty. So I wanted to show you that. And like I said, the other one is Moroccan Nights, and this one is also a Lion Brand, and it's a rose or a buff color, not really sure. This and this are 4-weight, and this again is a 3-weight yarn. So I want to show you how easy this is to make. I am going to be using a Red Heart Super Saver white yarn for this, for what I'm going to do. And what I'm going to do now is, like I said, I'm going to go slow. So let's get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our slip knot. Once we do a slip knot, and I'm using an H hook. So I just want to mention that as well. And once I do my slip knot, we're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are your chains. This is your working chain, not considered a chain. And at the end is your slip knot. What you're going to do, if you're going to go right in here, and you're going to do a slip stitch, and you're going to join this together. Once you join that together, we're going to work in here, in the middle here. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, 2, 3. This is considered a double crochet. Now what we're going to do is we're going to chain, again, we're going to do, once we do the chain 3, we're going to do more double crochets. That's why I said to you, this is considered a double crochet. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do 15 double crochets for a total of 16 altogether. So I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can work this in if you want, this tail, so that at the end you can just cut it. So I'm going to just get the tail in there. And 5. I'm going to check that tail. So, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Oh, sorry. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. And I'm going to pull this tail and just kind of tighten things up here just to make it a little bit. And I'm going to count just to make sure I did as many as I said I did. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Bingo. We got it. At the top of this chain 3, I'm going to just do a slip stitch. Like I said, I'm going to just pull this a little more and it fits, and you'll be able to tell if you've got enough of it, and it's fine. Now what I'm going to do, and if these are kind of look spacey, you just can fix them, not a problem. Everything is going to fall into place when you start doing this. You're going to chain right here 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This chain 5 counts as a double crochet and a chain 2. So in the next space right here, you're going to do a double crochet. But I want to show you something. You're going to go in the back. I'm going to pull this out for a minute. You have 2 loops, but you're not going to go in this front loop. You're going to go in this back loop, but you're also going to go in this back bump. And I'm going to show you when I go in there so you can see it. So you're going to go in this back, and you're going to go into this back bump. So you're going to go in here, and then you're going to pick up this in the back. And the reason why you're going to do that is instead of having a loose, you're going to have a tighter feel for this because you're going into both. So you're going to do a double crochet, and you're going to chain 1, 2. In the next one, in the back bump, you're going to do a double crochet, and you're going to chain 1, 2. We're going to go in the next one. You can see that? That's the, and and the back bump. You're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, 2. I'm going to work with this throughout. I'm going to work and show you this through right from beginning to end. I don't like to go halfway. I like to show you all the way. So we're just going to keep going around, and we're going to be doing a double crochet and a chain 1, chain 2. And we're just going to keep going around. And I just want to show you something. See how I want to show you the space in between each one because of that chain 2. And again, and if you miss the chain 2, you'll know because you won't have that space, and I'll show you. I was going to show you earlier, but I'm going to show it to you now. So say you didn't do the chain 2, you're going to notice right away, and you're going to say, oh, I got to do my chain 2. You don't have a space. So you want that space in between. So I'm going to pull out of here. And again, you're going to go in, you're going to grab the back loop and the bump. Again, chain 2, 1, 2, this loop, and this back bump. And we're going to just do a double crochet, and we're going to go right around, chain 2, and a double crochet. And I'm going to show you what this does when you do that. It makes this little pattern when you just go in the back loop, and I'll bring this blue one out so you can see it. It makes this little pattern in here, and it just gives it that a little fancier look. I'll show you with the other one as well. See it? When you go in the back loop. So, chain 2. And again, I want to mention that this is a 4 rows. So we're going to do 4 rows. 1, 2. And every row is a little different than the one from before. So I want to mention that as well. So every row is different. Chain 2, 1, 2. And yes, there is a front and a back to this. So this is your back, this is your front, this is your right side. So I want to mention that as well, that there will be a, wrong side and a right side to this. Chain 1, chain 2. The next one we're going to do, again, front and back loop. And sometimes it's hard to get in. Depends on how tight you crochet. I want to show you. Sometimes it's tough. I want to show you so that's it right there. So sometimes it can be tough, not to worry. Depending on how tightly you crochet. Chain 1, chain 2. And again, we're going to go in here, front back bump, or should I say the front, and I'm going to show you again, right there. That's what you're going to look for. You're going to look for that front loop, or the back loop, and that back bump. So now, when you do that last one, you're going to chain 1, 2. Now, I want to also mention that when you're done with this, you need 16. So you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Perfect. So what are we going to do? We're going to go into the third, 1, 2, 3. Because don't forget, you have a chain 2. You're going to go into that third, and you're going to chain 3, and you're going to just do a slip stitch. Now what's going to happen is you're going to slip stitch in this next spot right here. And I'm going to show you what we've done so far. We've done 2 rows. I'm going to go in close so you can see it. We've done 2 rows. Row 1, row 2. This is where we are. We did this and we did this. And I'll bring this over so you can see it. We did this. And we did this. It almost looks like a wagon wheel, but it's not. So once you do that, you're going to go in here and you're going to do a slip stitch. Once you do the slip stitch right here, you did the slip stitch, you're going to chain 2. 1, 2. Now what you're going to do is you're going to do a cluster of 3. The first one is always different because you did the chain 3. So what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over and go in here and you're going to pull up a loop. You're going to yarn over and you're going to go through 2. You're not going to finish that double crochet. You're going to yarn over. You're going to go in here and pull up a loop. You're going to yarn over. You're going to go through these 2. Then you're going to yarn over and you're going to close it up. Now you're going to go into the next one. This is going to be a little different because you didn't have to do a chain 3. You're going to yarn over, go in, pull up a loop. You're going to be making a cluster. You're going to yarn over. You're going to pull through 2. You have 2 on your hook. You're going to yarn over. You're going to go in. You're going to pull up a loop. You're going to yarn over. You're going to pull through 2. You have 3 on your hook. You're going to yarn over. You're going to pull in. You're going to pull up a loop. And you're going to yarn over. You yarned over. Here's what you have. You're going to go through 2. You're going to yarn over. You're going to go through 4. And that is, I wanted to show you what your cluster looks like, how you do it. So now I want to go back because I wanted to concentrate on the clusters alone so you could get that. So in between the clusters, you're going to chain 1 and 2. So now we're going to make our clusters again, and I like to go slow so that you get this. I wanted to just zero in on the cluster. So we're going to go in and we're going to pull up a loop. We're going to yarn over. We're going to pull through 2. We're going to yarn over. We're going to go in, pull up a loop. We're going to yarn over. We're going to go through 2. You're not going to finish those double crochets. You're going to yarn over. You're going to make your third one. You're going to pull up a loop. You're going to yarn over. You have these 5 here. This is the one you yarned over, so you can go through 2, yarn over, go through 4. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is go chain 1, chain 2. In case you've never made a cluster before, I wanted to just zero in on that first. You're going to go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Go in, yarn over, pull up a loop. Always have 5. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 4. And we're going to do chain 1, chain 2. We're going to yarn over, and we're going to continue this all the way around. chain 1, chain 2. And I'm going to pull out a little bit, but I wanted you to see that close up so that you could see it. And we're going to do this all the way around. We're going to make these clusters all the way around. Chain 1, chain 2. Now I want you to realize we're on our 3rd row. This is a really, really easy. It's not as intricate as it looks. I like to go slow so that you can learn it. This would be really beautiful for even a baby Afghan, and even if you wanted to make a lighter yarn like a 3 or a 2. Actually, even a beautiful baby christening blanket would be beautiful in this. Chain 2, and we're going to go and we're going to make 3 more clusters. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to do this all the way around. And this is a white yarn. Like I said, it is a Red Hot Super Saver yarn. You could make a beautiful shawl with this too. A summer shawl with the lighter, lacier yarn. It's just a beautiful lacy pattern. It really is. I just love it. Chain 1, chain 2. And no worries, like I said, I go slow. Chain 1, chain 2. We're going to go back into the next one. And just think of it as our little wagon wheel. We're going into the wagon wheel. And we're going to just do this right along. Chain 1, chain 2, in between your clusters. Go in again, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 4. Chain 1, chain 2. And where we are is we're right here. This is what we're working on right now, is we're working on this. Pull up this other one so you can see. We're working on this. 1, 2, 3. And we're just going to keep going, and we're going to just keep doing this. Chain 1, chain 2. I like to go through the whole thing. I don't like to keep saying, I'll meet you when we get around. I don't like to do that. I'd rather you follow me. If you want to go forward with the tape, you know, with the video, I have no problem with that. But I don't like leaving you in midstream, because I figure the more times you can see it done, the easier it's going to be for you to write it down, you know, memorize it if you will, do it along with me. This way here, you're not left in midstream. So here we go. I don't like doing that because I'm visual. I like to learn things. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I like to have it repeated a few times before I get anywhere with something. So that's fine. Everybody's different in the way they learn, and it just makes it easier. And once again, we always chain 2 in the middle. So chain 1, chain 2. Gonna go into this last wagon wheel. I wanted to pick a yarn that was easy for you to see. I was trying to pick a color that was easy. I thought this would be the best way to go. So once we chain 2, and you always chain 2 after your last cluster. So now we're going to go to the top of the third chain 3, and we're going to do, and I'm going to show you. After you always do your last cluster, you always again chain 2, and then we're going to go to the top of your cluster. Here's your chain 3, your double crochet, and your double crochet. You're going to go to the very top, and when I say the very top of your chain 3, because I'm doing this as it is a cluster, you're going to go to the very top of that, and you're going to do a slip stitch. Now what you're going to do is, and I want to show you this, and this will flatten as you go. What you're going to do is you're going to slip stitch into this opening right here. You're slip stitching into the opening. You're going to chain 1, 2. Now I want to mention that this is 1, this is row 2, this is row 3. So we've done this, this, this. We're going to finish this off. We chained 2. We're going to make our cluster. But not only are we going to make our cluster, but I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We did the chain 2, and we're going to make another cluster. So we're going to go in, pull up a loop, and the first cluster is always different, because I just want to mention the first cluster is always different because you did a chain 2, and we don't finish Okay, now after we do that, we're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to go back in here, and we're going to make a second set of clusters. So we're going to go in, and this is going to be, the cluster is going to look different because we didn't have to do a chain 3. So we're going to make our cluster again. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 4. Now, I want to mention that this is your corner. So this is this. So, and now in the next 3, before we go here, we're going to make a chain 1, 2, 3, 4. We only make a chain 8 for our corner. So now here we're going to do a single crochet. We're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go in the next one, and we're going to make a single crochet. We're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go into the next one, and we're going to make a single crochet. We're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what we're going to do, and this is what we've done. We did this corner. Let me get the blue one maybe. This corner, we did the chain 4s and the single crochets in there. And now we're going to our next corner. So now after we did the chain 4, we're going to go in here, right in here. So what we're going to do is go in here, and we're going to do a slip stitch. Then we're going to chain 1, 2, right? And then after we do that, after we do the chain 2, we're going to make, because this is going to look different, we're going to make our cluster. So yarn over, we're going to go back in, yarn over. It's going to be different then because we do a chain 3 and then we yarn over and we do that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to go back in here and we're going to do another cluster. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over, we go through 2. Yarn over, we go through 4. Chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, chain 4. Now we've got 2 corners made, that corner and that corner. We have gotten this far. We've gotten this corner and that corner. Now we chained 4. We're going to do a single crochet. We're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go into the next space and we're going to do a single crochet. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go into the next space. We're going to do a single crochet. We're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4. We did 3 single crochets and in between we had a chain 4. Now we're going to go between here and we're going to do our next corner. So we're going to do a slip stitch. We're going to chain 1, 2, 2, I'm sorry. That counts as your double crochet. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to do our cluster. Now this cluster will be different because we have a chain 3 when we start it. We're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to go right back in here and we're going to do another cluster, and this is going to look different because we're not doing a chain 3. So we're going to go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, go back in, pull up a loop, go through 2. Yarn over, go up, go in, yarn over, you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take this, go through 2, yarn over, take that, and go through 4. So now we're going to do a chain 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we are going to start our single crochets again until we get to our next corner. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a single crochet. We're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is why I like to go slow, because if you want to write this down, you can. And believe me, sometimes it can be a little bit mind-boggling, because you're like, chain 2, chain 3, chain 4. But you will get it. You'll get it, and you won't even have to look at the instructions. So now here, we're going to do another single crochet. And we know that we've got to get 3 single crochets in and chain 3s in between them before we get to our next corner. So now, chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, chain 4. So we know this. So we're going to do, we just got a single, one more single crochet. Chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, chain 4. We're going to do our last corner. And I'm saying this is the last corner because it is. You've done corner 1, corner 2, corner 3. We're going to go to our last corner, and then we are golden, because what we've done is we've gone all the way around. So as always, we've got to go in here and we've got to do a slip stitch. Chain 1, chain 2, chain 3. Sorry. We do our slip stitch, chain 1, chain 2. And that's what I mean about you do lose track, like chain 1, chain 2, chain. So bear with me. So now we're going to do our cluster. Chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, chain 4, chain 5, chain 6, chain 7, chain 8. Oh, those chains. So now we're going to do our next cluster right in the same spot. That's our last corner that we had to do. So now we're going to chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, chain 4. Oh, those chains. We're going to go in here and we're going to single crochet. Chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, chain 4. And we're going to do a single crochet. Chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, chain 4. Then we're going to do another single crochet right in here. And that's going to be our last single crochet, but not our last chain 4. Single crochet. Chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, chain 4. Now what we're going to do is at the top, we're going to look at this. This is our first cluster. So at the top of this chain 3, we're going to do a slip stitch right here. And if you want, you can chain 1 and then you can cut this. But this is the way I do it because I like to know that, and leave enough. And then what you can do is you can just go and you can just tighten that up. And that is your vintage granny square. And it's so pretty. I even love it in white. I love it in every color that I've ever made these in. I just love it. Now, there's an interesting thing with this. If you wanted to use this and make it in cotton, and you want to even use these as, which is really a pretty idea as well, as coasters, you could do that but they are just so beautiful for a scarf, for an Afghan, for a baby Afghan, whatever weight yarn you want to use. The lighter weight yarn that you use on this, the more lacy it becomes. And you'll notice that in this is a 3, the more lacy it becomes. So you can use this in a lot of different things. Like I said, if you wanted to use it, I'm going to just cut this because I weaved this in as I went around. But you could use this in shawls, baby blankets, Afghans, just scarves. Just a beautiful, beautiful, if you wanted to make a coverlet for your bed and have another color underneath it, like a blanket underneath it or some kind of spread underneath it, and then just use this would be really, really pretty. And then you just weave in this end. You just find a spot where you can weave it in. That's what I usually do. And but the other thing I wanted to mention, that if you wanted to block this and block it, you could also block it if you feel as though it needs it. I believe the lighter the yarn, so if it's a 3 or a 2 weight yarn, it may need to be blocked. It's up to you. You may not want to block it. You may just say, nope, I like the way it looks. Again, you can tell the back side from the front side. One of the big ways that you can tell is, see this? That's the back. This is the wrong side. If you turn it around, you get this. You get that burst that comes out from working in the back loop. Only. So this is a vintage granny square pattern. It's just beautiful. This is like I said, this is a red heart, and it's beautiful in any color and any type of yarn that you use. It's really pretty. And like I said, you can make a scarf with it, shawl, baby blanket, christening blanket, and Afghan. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pattern. And it just has all this intricate work. And like I said, the lighter the yarn, the more lacy it becomes. So this is Maria from Crochet A to Z. I hope you liked this tutorial on the granny square, or should I say the vintage granny square. Thank you. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Stay safe out there, and see you again soon, where we're going to do more hearts. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.